Hola, clase. I wanted to teach you. I tried to set up a whiteboard. It didn't work out. So I made a PowerPoint, but I wanted to be able to talk to you and for you to see me teaching you. So aquí estoy. Es una lección de gramática, así que voy a hablar español e inglés, pero mucho inglés, porque es una clase de gramática. Les extraño mucho, quiero ver tus caras y pasar tiempo con ustedes. Espero que todos estén muy bien, que sean felices y que estén pasando buen tiempo con sus familias y que estén haciendo el trabajo de escuela, ¿verdad? Okay, so estamos hablando sobre los pronombres, ¿sí? Reflexives, indirect, direct, and you guys are doing awesome with that. So I'm adding to that lesson with talking about indirect object pronouns with gustar and verbs like gustar. Okay, so that's what this lesson is on. You're going to need some paper, or you can pause the video, use your tablet to take notes, and also be working kind of on an assignment that you're going to submit after watching this as we go. All right. So first thing is reflexiona, something I want you to think about. Okay, so you're going to write down an answer, a good answer like a paragraph about this question. ¿Qué les gusta y no les gusta sobre la vida en cuarentena a ti y a tu familia? Okay, so un ejemplo de una respuesta buena es, bueno, a mi esposo no le gusta que él no puede visitar a las escuelas, no puede vender y no tiene mucho trabajo. A mis hijas les gusta mucho tener tiempo libre, también les gusta pasar tiempo juntas, montar en bicicleta y disfrutar de mucho tiempo en la casa jugando juegos y pasando tiempo juntos. A mí me gusta hacer ejercicio, tener un horario bastante libre, pero no me gusta que no puedo estar con mis estudiantes. Okay, so quick review. Gustar and encantar, right? We've been using them since Spanish 1. Gustar means to like as far as how we use it in English, but what it actually means is to be pleasing. And we know that it requires a indirect object pronoun me, te, le, nos, os. We don't use os, of course, but I threw it in there. And les, because the people are receiving the action, not doing it, right? In English, they're doing it. I like to run, right? But in Spanish, it's actually running that's doing the action of pleasing me. So it's almost backwards. There is a group of 10 verbs I'm going to teach you, and they do exactly this. So you have to be really careful when you are translating directly because it's not direct. It's like your subject is now your object, and your object is now your subject. Okay, and so that's how you have to think about these. Encantar we use to mean to love something, but really it's like to be enchanting, and it enchants me. I am not loving it, right? A mis hijas les gusta chocolate, pero a mí me encanta. So my daughters like chocolate, but really it's chocolate doing the action, so it's only gusta, not gustan. And it's pleasing to them, les, my daughters, right? So to name my subject in English, which is my object in Spanish, I need that personal a. A mis hijas les gusta chocolate, right? Because they are receiving the action now, not doing it, okay? Loving chocolate, that's me. Me encanta. It enchants me. I don't need a word for it, because it is the subject here, not the object, okay? So I don't need a word for it in these sentences. All right, so here are 10 verbs. If a verb is labeled like gustar, that means it requires the use of these indirect object pronouns. It means that their subject is actually, their subject in an English sentence is actually the object in the Spanish sentence. Okay, so these are some very new words for you, some not so new. It's probably about half and half, maybe more you've seen before. Okay, so here's the list. You can pause the video, write them down, and I don't think I need to read through them for you. You can just go ahead and pause and write down the meaning of these words. And then I'm going to take each verb and give you examples of how it's used. On each slide, I give some sample sentences and then I say, try this. So you will have several sentences to be turned in as you are watching or after you watch this lesson. Okay, so the first one is quedar. We know quedarse means to stay, right? And this is similar here. It means to remain or to be left. And it usually has to do with time because the other one, sobrar, also means to be left as in leftover, as in food usually, or if you had a list of something and you did all of these, but there's still some left over, that would be the next one, sobrar. So some examples. We have 10 minutes left to play the game. Nos quedan 10 minutos. Okay, so check it out. In English, we are the one is the subject. We have 10 minutes left. Okay, your instinct would say nosotros tenemos, right? But that's not how you say this. It's actually 10 minutes that remain to us. And since 10 minutes is plural, we're going to use quedan. Okay, just like gustar and encantar, we're really only going to use the el and the ellos form of all these verbs. Okay, so whatever is singular, like I like it, gusta, and I like them, gustan. Same thing here. What's remaining to us is 10 minutes, so it's going to be plural. Nos quedan, and I made that in capital for emphasis. Nos quedan 10 minutos para jugar el partido. I have often said in class, ¿cuántos minutos nos quedan? And you probably don't remember. Hopefully the day will come soon where you'll get to hear me say that again. But it's to say how much time is left. How many minutes do we have remaining in this class? How much time do the students have left to take the test? ¿Cuánto tiempo les queda a los estudiantes? So now the students in English are the subject, but in Spanish they're the object. So I name that with the personal a, but the students tell me to use the indirect object pronoun les because it's a third person singular subject in English, making it the object or the indirect object in Spanish. ¿Cuánto tiempo les queda a los estudiantes para acabar el examen? Okay, so you try. Y'all have 6 weeks of classes remaining. Okay, so what you want to say is 6 weeks remain to y'all, or 6 weeks of classes remain to y'all. Okay, so try that one. Next one is she has 2 sandwiches left over from her lunch. Le sobran 2 sándwiches de su almuerzo. If I were going to specify she, I could say a ella, or if it was she as in Miley, a Miley, le sobran. And what's left over is plural. And that's why I use sobran. Did y'all have any pizza left over? ¿Le sobraba la pizza a ustedes? Did the pizza left over to you all? I know it's super backwards and weird. And this is a group of verbs that behave similarly to gustar. If you understand gustar, you'll understand these. My mom has a lot of her salad left over from lunch. Think of it more like a lot of salad is left over to my mom. Literally backwards, right? If I were to say my mom really likes her salad, you have to think of it as the salad is really pleasing to my mom. Just like gustar, these sentences are backwards. Okay, I hope that's making sense. Next one, I got to move along. Faltar is to be lacking or missing. I say this all the time. Who's missing in class? ¿Quién nos falta en la clase hoy? And that's missing as in not here, not missing as in, oh, I miss you guys. Not that kind of missing, right? That's extrañar. So, who's missing? ¿Quién nos falta? Who are we missing? Well, really, it's who is missing to us, who is lacking to us. Patty is missing or lacking her books and she can't study. But really, it's her books that are lacking to her. A Patty, le faltan sus libros y no puede estudiar. Think of it as the books are lacking to her. Okay, you guys try. I am missing my keys. I can't find them. Next one, importar. This one means to be important. It can also be thought of as to care about something. If you think of it as to matter, it almost makes sense. Like, such and such matters to me. Oh, that doesn't matter to her. No le importa. That is almost like a direct translation, right? So the problem is it's not always worded that way in English. To be important, to care for, to care about, to matter, all of that would be just me, te, le, nos, les, importa, or importan, okay? Some students don't care about their teachers. A algunos estudiantes no les importan sus profesores. Ustedes no. I have always cared, or it has always been important to me, about my friends and their spiritual well-being. Siempre me importaba, me ha importado mis amigos y su bienestar espiritual. You try the next one, and I'm moving along. Interesar. My video is going to expire in 3 minutes, so I have to hurry. Interesar is to be interested or to be interested in. Doesn't matter what it looks like in English. This is what it does in Spanish. I'm interested in going to a good college. Do not say estoy interesada en, okay? Better Spanish, me interesa mucho ir a una universidad buena. Does science interest you? ¿Te importan las ciencias? Couple more examples. You try. My best friend is interested in losing weight. Do not use losing, just use perder, the infinitive, and make sure you name my best friend by saying mi mejor amigo o amiga, right? Because she is not the subject, she is the object, personal a. All right, fascinar. I'm not going to read through this for you. Pause the video, read through it yourself. Very, very similar to importar. Something being important, something being fascinated. Again, don't be concerned by needing a translation for the word by. Interested in, fascinated by, doesn't matter. Okay, you still just use le fascina. Okay, so for the one you're going to try, my brother is fascinated by the moon and stars. Just tell me the moon and stars are fascinating or fascinate him, my brother, le, right? Okay, molestar. Now, this one is probably the most literal because he bothers me, él me molesta. Easy, right? I might bother you, yo te molesto, and that can be literal, all right? So I saved this one for last because it does require the indirect object pronouns, but it's pretty literal as far as going from English to Spanish. It bothers my husband when people drive too slow. Le molesta a mi esposo cuando la gente maneja demasiado despacio. Okay, so you try it. It bothers us that I can't see my friends. Do not give me a word for it. That's the object. So, do you have a question? Pregunta. Me, te, le, nos, os, les is the direct object. Oh, indirect. Sorry. Fix that. Indirect object pronoun in Spanish that takes the place of the subject in Spanish. That is why we use the personal a. Some examples. This was a lot to get out in 15 minutes. You may have to watch this more than once. I know that's not very fun. If you're confused, ask me a question at the bottom of your homework. See me in my office hours, and I'll do my best to clear things up. Okay? So, les quiero mucho. Nos vemos. Estoy completamente disponible si tienen preguntas. Adiós.